You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Jay-Z and Gotti announced that they were going to file a lawsuit against the state of Mississippi because of their horrendous prison conditions. Now they have actually done so, and that is Team Rock, the philanthropic arm of Jay-Z's Rock Nation, and attorney Alex Spiro. They have agreed to represent about nearly 30 prisoners after a spike in deadly violence at several Mississippi state prisons. The lawsuit, which was filed yesterday in federal court, says the maximum security prison in Parchman is a powder keg after 3 deaths in the first week of 2020. All 3 of the inmates were stabbed to death. Joining me now to discuss this story is Judge Carlos Moore. He is the managing partner of the Cochran firm in Mississippi, who represents several inmates and families of inmates killed, injured, or deprived of basic human needs by the Mississippi Department of Corrections. So first and foremost, Carlos, we've heard these stories. We've had a parent of someone who's in these prisons. Governor Phil Bryant pretty much says, hey, it's the inmates' problem. They're the ones causing all of this. And Mississippi has frankly been extremely nonchalant in their response to what's happening there.
They have been very nonchalant. And this is something that the state is complicit in. The MDOC commissioner has been screaming from the top of her lungs for the past 3 years that the state was severely underfunding the Department of Corrections, and she's asked for an increase. And even this year, the legislature just reconvened, and they're going to decrease the budget by another $1 million instead of increasing the budget. Even with these 5 deaths in the beginning of 2020, they're still talking about decreasing the budget. And so they're letting the inmates just live in squalor. They're letting them die. And the state is complicit, and they are the ones responsible for this. So I'm glad to see the lawsuit.
And look, I made this point the other day when I was talking about growing up in Texas, and it was a federal judge, William Wayne Justice, who ruled about the inhumane conditions in Texas prisons. He oversaw the Texas prison system for about 20 years until millions and millions of dollars were poured into the prison system to upgrade them all across the state. And so this action to target Mississippi in federal court could very well lead to exactly what took place in Texas.
I believe so. So I believe we have an excellent judge that will make a good and constitutional decision. I mean, it is pretty evident to me that they are violating the 8th Amendment, and they are instituting and inflicting inhumane treatment to these prisoners. I mean, regardless of their charges or their convictions, they deserve to live in a prison that at least does not have rats and raw sewage leaking all over the place, sleeping on the floor, not getting access to adequate medical care. I mean, I even have an incident of one guard allegedly opened up the cells and letting the inmates just go at it and fight and stab and kill each other. So that is very egregious, and we are taking this very serious, and there are multiple lawsuits against the Department of Corrections. I represent certain individuals, and Jay-Z's lawyers represent certain individuals, and we are intent on getting justice for these clients.
Again, what is happening there? Do you have people taking to the streets? What kind of pressure are they putting on the state of Mississippi in order for them to address what's going on in their prison system?
Yes, we have community activists. There was a rally last week at the Capitol by a certain community group asking for prison reform and demanding change immediately in the prisons. We are asking for and advocating for, there are several individuals that are eligible for parole now. Instead of keeping them there in these terrible conditions or sending them over to a private prison so that the governor's rich friends can get richer, we believe they should be eligible for parole. We believe there should be more diversion before they even get to prisons, because some of these are low-level offenders, nonviolent offenders that should not even be housed at this point. And so there will be a rally that my clients and I are sponsoring at the state capitol on Friday at 11 a.m. And so we're continually putting on pressure on the governor and the state to do the right thing.
All right, Judge Carlos Moore, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Malik, what the hell's going on in your home state?
Well, I'm glad that Jay-Z and, I'm glad that they're actually fighting for it. But, this notion somehow, I guess it's, this Mississippi goddamn moment, it's something negative about Mississippi, so let's highlight it. But the reality, Roland, is that
No, hold on, stop. No, what we're doing, this is not, it's something negative about Mississippi, let's highlight it. We're talking about individuals who have been dying in Mississippi prisons.
Yes.
This is a story.
Yes, and to finish my statement.
No, hold on, wait. So, the reality is, we have covered previous problems in prisons. When they didn't have heat in the jails in New York City, we covered that story. So, this ain't picking on Mississippi. If Mississippi did the right thing, wouldn't we cover this story?
And as to finish my point, and you kind of pointed that out, whether it's New York, California, Texas, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Maryland even, these type of things happen in jail. And as I said, I'm happy that Jay-Z, they're actually focusing on it. This is actually something good. So I don't have a problem with it at all. It's unfortunate that these type of things happen in any prison, in anywhere. I mean, some of these conditions seem like third world country conditions. So I applaud Jay-Z and anyone who's working to fix situations in prisons, not just in Mississippi, but in many of the places and detention centers all around the country.
Eugene.
Yeah, I'm a Hov Venger. I'm a fan of Hov, and for this reason right here. It's about time that folk that have wealth, that have influence, are deploying it and using it in ways like this, where you have people who literally are being denied their human rights, who their lives are being taken. Somebody got to step up, and Yo Gotti and Jay-Z and the Cochran firm teaming up on this and deploying resources that are needed to fight the state and get what needs to be done to make sure that these folks' lives are preserved. Just because you commit a crime does not mean it should be an automatic death sentence, and that's what's happened in a lot of these Mississippi prisons. It's not something that's new. It's something that's happened for a very long time, and it's about time that it's been addressed.
Look, at the end of the day, Teresa, what is required here is to treat even inmates as human beings. And when you look at some of the conditions taking place in those Mississippi prisons, they're shameful and despicable.
And across the country, I think everybody has that same sentiment. So as everybody else has said on the panel, yes, I do condone the efforts of Jay-Z, Young Gotti, the entire rock team. But, the broader aspect is, if we're not treating people like human beings, how do you expect them to go back into civilization? But then those who are allowing these bad practices to happen inside of these prisons on taxpayer dollars, we need to start looking at them, reevaluating, their positions, reevaluating their mindsets and their protocols. So, I love the fact that the Cochran firm still exists, but there are many other law firms as well that's doing the same work. But again, I believe it does start, with those in position, and that's from the warden to the governors, who allow these practices to happen. Unfortunately, we probably wouldn't have known about it if Jay-Z or Young Gotti's name is attached. And that's, again, the broader focus that many are focused on, these nonprofit organizations for criminal justice reform to actually change.
You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.